Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. God bless you. All right, good evening, everybody. Oh, we have a lot to talk about tonight. What a difference a week can make. What's up, Coach Angel? What a difference a week could make, y'all. Last week, they were talking about the candidate for the Democratic president was too old. He wasn't cognitively aware, and he probably was not going to beat former President Trump. And then Sunday, a turn of events, he just gracefully bowed out. And now we have, and she's gotten all the delegates. She has raised a tremendous amount of money. And we have Vice President Kamala Harris that potentially is going to be running up against former President Trump. And it's a formality now. They have the Democratic National Convention in August, in a few weeks. Yeah, you know, that's what some people say. But good evening, everybody. We're going to get my panel in here. Good evening, First Lady. Good evening to my brother-in-law. Good evening to my niece. Good evening, everybody. Hey, Miss Valerie. I saw a TikTok. Well, one lady did suggest, she said, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but what if President Joe Biden, and I'm going to paraphrase, she said, what if he was playing possum this whole time? All right. So we have some politicals that are going to come on tonight and talk. We got my one of my co-hosts, Sneaky Phil. He's going to be talking. We want to send a shout out to Bree. She's not feeling well tonight. She's having some minor health issues tonight. So she's going to be in the chat, but she's not going to be on with us. And so we're looking for a very vibrant conversation tonight. And if you want to get in on the hot seat, you are more than welcome to. We're going to have a great conversation tonight, everybody. So, Coach Angel, good evening, Coach Angel. How you doing? We're waiting for everybody to get on in here. Coach Angel, how you doing?
I'm doing great. No complaints. Finally getting my house together.
I see.
Hanging pictures.
Well, are you recovering? How you feeling since your bout for the last several weeks? You've been battling COVID. How you feeling?
I'm definitely feeling better. I'm still slightly congested, but I'm definitely better. I get by a bunch of calls.
Okay. That helps, does it not?
It does.
All right. Well, tell about how's your mental tonight? How you been? What's the weather like where you are? How's work? There was a computer outage this week, and it shut a lot of people down. That was earlier this week. A lot has happened in the last 7 days. So did it impact you and your company?
It did. It was random. Not everybody was impacted, but a significant amount. And, you know, we're a DoD contractor, so it was global, and it was the CrowdStrike. They did some update that wasn't complete. I don't even know. I have a coworker that just got on here tonight about 2 hours ago. He was finally be able to get into his computer. He'd been out since the weekend. Okay.
Tonight we're going to have a great conversation. We have moderators that's going to make sure that we can definitely disagree. We can definitely have our talking points, but we're going to be cordial. This is one of the things that we do, and this is our 101st episode. We are 3 episodes shy of being the Blue Table Talk for 2 years. And so we're really excited about, we've been here together for 2 years. We have expanded the Blue Table Talk to include men and women. And so now we're called the Blue Table Talk. And so we've had a good time. We started 2 years ago because Will Smith, you know, the slap that was heard around the world. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, and I tweeted Will Smith and Chris Rock and said, well, since Jada is doing the red table, why don't y'all do the blue table? And then one of my clients suggests, well, Dr. Sam, you do the blue table yourself. You do it. You host it. You got experience being a talk show host. And I'm like, all right, here we are. 2 years later. I can't believe it's been 2 years. I can't believe it's been 4 years since President Joe Biden was elected president. Now we're ready to do that all over again. Coach Angel, time flies, does it not?
Sure does. It absolutely flies.
I mean, it's just amazing. It's been 4 years. We got
Coach India, are you in here?
Hey,
Hey, beautiful. He's
how
frozen.
y'all doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great.
How's your Facebook group?
Busy,
Mm-hmm.
busy. It's not mine, but
Right.
it's a lot going on there. Are you on Facebook?
I am on Facebook. I just am not on there very often.
Me neither. I spend most of my time on TikTok, but since everything happened, I was like, oh, there was a group. Let me go back to that. So I reached out to the founder of the group and I said, can you unarchive that, please? She was like, sure thing. I was like, and ever since then, it's like as soon as she unarchived, it seemed like everybody was notified. And it is amazing. Yeah, so you should come on in. And it's
Okay.
nothing but support too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing but support from her, for Kamala. No negativity, none of that.
Mm-hmm. She's
Nothing.
doing great things straight out the gate. Less than 24 hours.
Yep, that money was amazing. I'm so mad. I wish I could have been on that call. On that Zoom call, I guess I didn't know anybody who. I wish I could have been on that call. I know that was awesome.
y'all hear me.
We
Can
can
y'all
hear
hear
Now
me
we
now?
do, and now we see you
Okay.
better too.
we can
Okay.
see you too.
How you doing,
All right.
Doc?
Here I am. Hey, that call was nice. Everybody, one thing we're going to challenge everybody to do: make sure you go register and vote. Make sure you go register and vote. I like what Thomas Bishop, it's another guy that I follow. I like what Thomas Bishop said. We're hiring somebody to do a job. He said, "I'm not a Republican or a Democrat, but we need somebody to do a job. We need somebody to do a job, and that's the Defeat Project 2025." And so here we are. You know what I'm saying? And so I know everybody's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna like everybody. She's got a tough road to hoe. Everybody does not like Vice President Kamala Harris. But at this point in time, we need to pick a
Mhm.
side and roll with it. All right. Hey guys, we got one of the
Include
Well,
us, some
that's
of
right. We got the
us.
Politico. We got the Dynamo himself. We got the man. We got the man of steel with the sex appeal. He's often imitated, never duplicated. They call him Sneaky Phil. Y'all give it up for Sneaky Phil.
I was gonna
my
say, where
neighbor.
is
I'll tell
Sneaky?
you. First of all, thanks for. Can y'all
Come
hear?
on, Sneak. We hear you fine, dog.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not connected to my soundboard. I got caught with my slip out, like my grandmama used to say. I'm downstairs pushing out TikToks, and I forgot we changed to Tuesday, so my phone was down to like 15%, and then my alarm went off because I did set my alarm. I was like, oh snap! So my phone's plugged in right now. I'm at 33% with charging. Anyway,
That
Kamala
is so good.
Harris.
Let's see. There
Kamala
she
Harris.
is. There she is.
My
Come on,
views,
come on,
my
Sneaky.
thoughts.
You open up the conversation for us tonight, Sneak.
Okay. If any of you follow me, I'm face forward with my politics. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and I'm going to say it straight in your face. I don't care if you like it or not. You can block me, you can ban me, you can kiss my ass, but I'm going to say what I'm going to say. Anyway, last week, I said with my whole chest, if Kamala Harris is at the top of the ticket without Joe Biden, she's not going to win. I said that with my whole chest.
Come
And
on,
then Joe
come on.
Biden stepped down. And then I started seeing the enthusiasm. But before I saw the support, I came
Come
back
on.
and I said, you know what? My heroes let me down. Barack Obama was pissed off because he didn't support Joe Biden 100% with his whole chest. Joe Biden stepped down, another one of my political heroes. He stepped down. I said, so at this point, I have no choice but to back up a heroine. That's freaking Kamala Harris. I said, I don't have the most confidence that this country, this racist ass country, would support a black woman as president. I'm still not 100% convinced, but I also said I'll do everything in my power to support her and try to get her across the finish line. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna do my part.
And then the next day, I saw the enthusiasm. I saw the support. I saw the money generated. We're talking for $80-90 million overnight. Come on, man.
Right.
Overnight.
Yeah,
Once I saw that enthusiasm, I was like, you know what? I'm hopeful. I'm skeptical, but I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to feel Barack Obama-esque excitement.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
I mean, everybody's excited. Everybody is excited. I mean, it has energized the Democratic Party like the days of President Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? And so, hey, y'all, Sneaky, hold on. We got Coach to be Mo Better in the building. Coach Mo, how you doing? Give us your mental. And what say you tonight? Give us some opening thoughts.
What's going on, good peoples, good peoples? Sorry, I can't come on camera just yet. It's been a long day, and I'm just barely finishing everything up. Listen, can somebody start up Marvin Sapp? Never would have made it.
Hold on. That ain't nothing but a word. Hold on.
Without you, I would have
Oh,
lost.
you can sing a little bit. You can sing a little bit.
Look.
Hey, hold on. We got to go to church real quick. Come on, First Lady. Throw your church hand in the air. I would have lost it all.
Lost it all.
But now I see.
Come on. Oh, come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
Because listen, now just like Sneaky was saying, he was hopeful and energized after the first night, you know, with the millions that came in. I got my juju in when the brothers had they call.
Yeah. Over 20,000 men, over 20,000 brothers.
No, 35,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And that debunks that myth that black men aren't supporting
Thank
black
you.
women.
Thank you. We can come together. That's maybe a lie. That may be a blue table talk for next week, but I'm so encouraged that black men and black women can come together to work together to do some things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really encouraged. Okay, Coach Angel, all the way down. What do you think her percentages to win? Come on, Coach Mo.
Wait, hold on 2 seconds. What I will say, and if from now until she's confirmed, installed, and all of the things, when you see me skedaddling, prattling around in these TikTok streets, I am going to be battle rolled down on these motherfuckers in these debates, in these lives. I was in it today. Okay, I got the facts, I got the receipts, I got the policies, I got the theories, all of the shits. I'm in here riding down on motherfuckers every day. So if you see me, that's the type of time I'm on.
You ready, aren't you?
I stay ready, so I ain't got to get ready.
All right. So, Coach Angel, Coach India, Sneak, what do you think her chances are?
Oh, I think her chances are really high because there's number one, she has the younger generation vote. Those individuals were originally only voting for Biden, maybe, possibly, if it meant that it wasn't going to be Trump, number one. And now it's totally invigorated that whole base that Biden was quickly losing. I think her chance is really, really strong. I think she can connect with the people. And it's not per se about color, but she has an ability to connect with people. And she was a prosecutor. She was Attorney General of California. Trump is a 34-time felon, not criminal, felon. So yeah.
Come on, Coach India.
I mean, so on that note, so then what are we talking about? Like, why is there even a conversation? Why would you even think about voting for the other guy? Before her, after her, during her, whatever. Why? He's a convicted felon. So for those of you in the comments, go have several seats. Go stand in a corner somewhere. Like, really, what are you talking about? And to the person who's talking about
$1.89 a gallon during COVID. Anyway.
You know, I mean, there's people making comments that are just
we kind of got to put an asterisk
ridiculous
against that, right? Because nobody was going anywhere. We were in the midst of a pandemic, so nobody was traveling anywhere. So you kind of got to put an asterisk by $1.89 a gallon. I remember that because I used to have to travel a little bit to church and everything because my church got back together after maybe 3 months. So $1.89, we'll put a little star by that. But keep going, Coach India.
I don't care what they say, because this is how I felt about Biden. They could wheel him out in his pajamas and the oxygen tank, and that other guy was never going to get my vote. And now that we have Kamala Harris, she definitely has my vote, my support, my money, and we're going to make sure that she wins. Period, point blank, in the story. Y'all Trumpers could stop crying or keep crying.
I'm so ready. We're so ready for Harris. We're so ready for that. Moderators, if anybody making any funny snide remarks, go ahead and mute them, because we want to have a productive conversation. We want to have an intelligent conversation, and we want to have a good time tonight. So, Sneak, I'm going to let you hold on. Mo, you go ahead if you got any additional comment, and then we're going to turn it over to Sneak. Sneak is going to be out. He's going to spearhead the conversation tonight.
Really? You wait until I put the food in my mouth and then say,
well, let us swallow, Sneak. Go ahead, Sneak. Let us swallow. Go ahead, Sneak.
I want to point this out. On the average, when we do a Blue Table Talk for men and women, we get anywhere from 20 to 50 people, maybe 70. I find it odd that you advertise that we're going to have a Kamala Harris live, and now we're up to 600, and the majority of the people, I'm sorry,
y'all
the bots,
let's see if we can get 50,000 likes tonight.
The majority of the bots are in here repeating the same bullshit. That's how come I haven't really responded to them, because it's nonsense. Anyway, moderators, your finger's going to be tired. Now,
let them stay.
Yeah, actually, they are making this live fucking great. Now, my support for Kamala Harris is 1,000 times more than it was before. I always liked her as a VP, and I know I noticed how gracious and humble she was during the whole turmoil, the whole media political hack job. All right, because you notice every single media outlet was talking about the debate and how frail and embarrassing that debate was. But not one of those media outlets was talking about the Epstein files that got released, showing how many times Trump had corresponded with Epstein, with the flights and the phone calls and the pictures with the girls that he was doing that inappropriate shit with these minors. Now chalk that up there, bots. But that wasn't...
My 18-year-old son.
That wasn't in the mainstream media. You with me? Notice that freaking Ukraine and freaking Gaza hasn't been in the mainstream media. The only thing that's been in the mainstream media was a debate. After the debate, it turned into the attempt. And then after the attempt, now dominating is Kamala Harris. You with me? Now, what's tickling my butt, that's making me giggle like a boop boop, is the fact that all the money that they spend at the RNC, all of the commercials that they spent millions on that they haven't released yet against Joe Biden, all that money's gone. You can't get that back. So you can chuckle that shit the fuck up. Wasted money when they were already at a deficit behind Joe Biden. and Kamala Harris is making money hand over fist.
Hey,
The
Sneaky.
funny thing
Hey,
is,
Sneaky.
yes, sir.
Sneaky, you know what this is like? And we got Darren Monroe. He's on the hot seat tonight. You know what it's like? You playing the whole week for a pocket quarterback. And then in the third quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter, you put in a running quarterback. That messes the defense up. They don't know
Messes
what
the
to do
whole
now.
game up. Absolutely.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo.
Amen, Chapin.
Hold up. So I wanna test to see did anybody catch the T of that song she came out to.
I saw a video about
Yeah,
it.
freedom with the remix by Kendrick Lamar.
Did we clock that T? Did we clock that T, baby? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Listen, it is multi-layered because freedom comes off of the lemonade.
Yeah.
album.
That's right. Oh, y'all hold on. We got the one.
Kendrick, come on.
Kendrick Lamar.
Right
We got the one and only Darren. Yeah, we got the one and only Darren Monroe in the building, all the way from the Chi-Town. He is a social media mogul. He was relocated by hurricane. Well, he'll tell you his story. But Darren Monroe, we want to ask you, and all of your wisdom, branding, and your knowledge of how social media works, do you think Vice President Kamala Harris has a good chance to defeat former President Donald Trump?
Well, first of all, hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Excellent. Hello.
Yes.
Reverend Dr. Walter Sims, please, thank you so much for having me. This is one of my clients here. He's an incredible guy. The answer to that is Trump's in trouble. Here's why. First of all, it's a perfect storm that happened. I'm here in Chicago, so DNC next month is on and popping. What we were hearing over the last couple of weeks was not only Biden dropping down, but Biden also doing it in a very strategic way. That was on purpose. He brought that out on Sunday. They were waiting for the RNC to run through all their talking points, and when they were done with it, they came up with, hey, we're getting ready to go, because there was already silent meetings that were happening off to the side over the last 2 weeks that were getting ready. Everybody was getting ready to get into place. That's why this fell so well when it was announced and everybody was ready to announce. There were already conversations that were happening in rooms. And the interesting part about this is that it's a perfect storm for a couple of reasons that Trump's up against. The first one is, in 2016, Hillary Clinton was hated massively. There was a lot of emotion against Hillary Clinton, and there was some love for what Trump was saying by his core base. Now it's the flip opposite. Now he's Hillary Clinton. So he's massively hated, but there's not enough massive hate against Kamala Harris to even bring up against it. So what he has to do is double down. If he wants to win anywhere near this, he has to double down on his far right, which is pretty rough because now that he has that J.D. Vance in the door, he's got to get the far right all behind it. And at the same time, he has to double down on crazy on what he's saying. But the problem is this. There's this middle area. There's people, when you're talking about suburban moms, it wasn't just black men and black women in the last 2 days that met. It was white women by the thousands got together, excited.
That's right.
All of the Swifties got together, excited. And then I want all of you, if you think there's a movement happening or you're not sure, take a look at TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop, just like they had with all the Trump people, they got a bunch of bunch of Harris shirts, T-shirts, hats, the whole nine. It's looking like the Obama campaign from the beginning, but it's only 100 days. And the crazy part about the 100 days is that it's a countdown that he has. He has less than 100 days to villainize her, to put her down, to somehow fight her. And as we said, it's the former prosecutor versus the prosecuted. And so it's not going to happen.
Hey, now you see how awesome an orator Darren is. Okay, Sneak, we're going to go back to you then. We're going to go to Coach Angel, India, and then Mo. Go ahead, Sneak. Stay with us, Darren.
I absolutely love the way Darren said J.D. Vance. Let's talk about the role of a vice president.
Okay,
let's do that for a second. You have a role of a vice president once they're elected, and then you have a role of a vice presidential pick Okay, so Kamala Harris is fully incapable to do her role as a vice president, because a lot of people forgetting. Sometimes you guys seem to think that just because Joe Biden stepped down from the race for the next term, he ain't the president no more, and that can't be further from the truth. The
Right.
20th Amendment of the Constitution says the president and the vice president will be in office until 12 noon on the 20th of January,
That's correct.
2025. Joe Biden still got work to do. Now, I'm hoping he pushes the limits of this brand new immunity that they hope Trump's gonna get, but Biden has right now. Boom, boom. I wish I had my soundboard. He's the guy with the immunity. He's the guy that can do whatever the hell he wants in an official capacity and cannot be held liable legally. That's what the Supreme Court said about my president, Joe Biden. Now, let's talk about Trump's vice presidential pick. Trump is MAGA, a white dude. And the guy he brought in does not expand his base at all, because he brought in J.D. Vance,
That's right.
a white dude. Okay? Now, the only advantage they got is he is deeply involved with the Heritage Foundation, but Trump has been disavowing the Heritage Foundation. So he's going to end up pissing off the far right
Right.
because they want it, and he's saying no. Now, I'm sure, give me a minute, y'all. Let me get through this. I'm sure
your
that
time.
he's talking, he's whispering, hey, y'all, I'm just saying this for the news, but
Hey,
I
y'all.
still got your back. But all the freaking red hat wearing Goombas, they don't know that. He's going to piss those people off, and he's going to lose some of the far right as long as he keeps freaking downplaying the Heritage Foundation. And it's funny that his name is in Project 2025. I don't know how many hundreds of times. His
207.
name's in it. How is your name in something and you don't know nothing about it? How is J.D. Vance, your
200
vice
some odd
presidential
times.
pick, is one of the authors and one of the originators of it? How do you not know shit about it? Now, anyway, let's get back to Kamala Harris. I'm very interested to see who she picks. There are some front runners. There's some names that I'm hearing.
Who do y'all
Okay?
think? Who do you think?
I'm hearing I'm hearing Cooper from my state. Or I'm hearing
Roy
Roy Cooper
Cooper.
from my state, but my
Okay.
fear is he doesn't have the name recognition. He's like Joe Biden light. He's been in politics forever, and he's a tried and true Democrat, but I don't think he has the name recognition.
Sir,
All
what
right,
state are you
Gretchen
What state? are you
Gretchen Whitmore. I'm in North Carolina.
Okay.
North Carolina. And he's the governor of North Carolina. Now the benefit is if he were to accept, he's already done 2 terms. He can't run for governor anymore anyway. Now let's talk about Gretchen Whitmer. She already said no for Michigan. She's like, she ain't having it. Her state needs her.
Right.
They're floating around Pete Buttigieg, Mayor Pete, who I love him to death. He's a great orator. He's a very smart man. But I think a black woman and a gay man might be the straw that breaks the camel back. I think they might be asking for too much. As much as I love them, I think that must be too much. Then you have who else? The guy from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's going to be
Andy
Shapiro.
Beshear
That's my
from
thoughts on it.
Yeah,
It's going to
Shapiro.
be Shapiro because he's in a
My
battleground
fear-
state, and he also has a
Andy
lieutenant
Beshear.
governor who's black.
From Kentucky.
So the lieutenant
Right.
governor could replace him and at the same time run the whole campaign going through Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I'm
through
thinking
Shapiro.
Bashir from Kentucky as well. I'm thinking Bashir, but go ahead. Hold on, Steve.
Or the,
Coach James. Everybody,
Arizona.
let's give everybody I need everybody to pull out a timer. Everybody get 2 minutes. I want to be fair to everybody and give everybody some time to get their thoughts in. So everybody get your timers, and I want to give everybody a couple of minutes so we can keep the conversation going. But I'm thinking, I haven't heard anybody say, okay, let's move her residence to D.C. and let her pick Gavin Newsom from California because he's got that look now. Gavin Newsom got that look. You don't think Gavin will do it?
No, he's
I
endorsing
love
her.
it, but they not
He's
gonna do
endorsing
it.
her.
Gavin
He's
won't
not
do
going to
it.
do it. He's endorsing her, and it
He
would
can't.
make sense. He has to pull somebody out of a battleground state. She has to pull somebody. So I'm hearing Arizona on my end, and I'm
Right.
hearing
That's Andy Beshear.
Pennsylvania
Arizona.
as well.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Mo.
What's his name?
things. Number one, I want to make a quick clarification because, whoa, I really hate that just way too many people don't know civics and don't understand how to Google shit. So, to clarify, so people understand the 12th Amendment and the Newsom conundrum.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's people saying she can't pick Newsom because okay, here's how the 12th Amendment works. Okay, with the Electoral College, she could pick Newsom. Okay, and the only thing it would mean is that in California only, because both of them are from California, the Electoral College for California could not vote for both of them. They could
Okay,
only
thank
vote
you for
for
that
one of them,
clarification.
per the 12th Amendment. Now, for the 2-minute timer that you were talking about, I can be your timer.
Okay, thank you, timer. Thank you, timer. Okay, Coach Angel, Coach India, Sneak, and then Darren.
Mark Kelly out of Arizona. I think Mark Kelly and Bashirs from Kentucky are two top contenders for her. And it's crazy. I'm reading these comments as all of y'all are talking, and it's just hilarious to me. Half the comments are misspelled, and you know.
If you're gonna argue, at least be grammatically correct.
Just spell check. Anyway, sorry, I digressed. But anyway, that's just my thoughts. I think it's an amazing thing. I mean, initially I was like, oh, this is sad. I can't believe it. But now looking at the strategy behind it and when it was strategically done, as Darren said, and was done on social media, there's a whole, that's a plot twist. That's a serious plot twist.
Yeah, because if they had not done that, guys, President Joe Biden would have lost pretty handily to Donald Trump. And so I was in my feels a little bit about it because, I'm an old man now. Y'all are young. I'm an old man. And they just hurt me a little old hard. And Joe kind of tipped his head and bowed out, but he did it so smooth. He's just an old, wily man. You know what I'm saying? He's so smooth. I love some Joe B. But go ahead, Coach India.
Okay, now, wait. Hold on. Moderator, insert here. Okay, listen, it's over 800 people in this room. Why are we not at 25K? Oh,
come on, let's tap that screen.
So because this comment section has been so popping and so many of you want to say something, I tell you what, you're going to talk to the people in your head for the next 5 minutes, because guess what? Oops, your comments just went off. You gotta get 25K if you want to keep this going. That's just happening.
Thank you. She a good moderator. Thank you. Okay, I make a motion that Mo Better, the black hand side, is our parliamentarian, our cheerleader, our timekeeper. I make that motion. I need a second.
Shit, man. She's the magic genie out the Mo Better lamp right now. That was a petty move that I love.
I love it. Coach India.
Listen, y'all got 3 minutes to give me the 25K. I would really love to see y'all interact and continue to have this conversation and say your bullshit in the comments. But listen, your taps are not tapping like they need to tap in order to get you to where you want to be so that you can see yourself in the comments.
Which is attention. You're not going to get the attention.
17.8. I mean, what?
Absolutely. And let's hit this live
goal. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, y'all. Come on. Let's go.
Yeah, baby.
Come on, Coach.
Oh, we wait. Okay. So when I first heard about it, I was sick to my stomach. Not because of Kamala, but because of the fact that he stepped down and so many people wanted him to. And I felt like this late in the game made it sloppy. But I'm all for Kamala 100%. So I had to get over my feelings.
Me too. I had to get out of my feelings.
That's what you do. When you become an adult, you go through that, you get over your feelings, and you move on to the next thing. I had an hour-long conversation with my youngest daughter, who is 26 years old. And here's what I learned. Even though it hurts my heart, like you, Doc, Biden was not going to win. And I feel like he was going to because, we have common sense and we had no choice and blah, 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 blah. And my daughter said, Mom, there is a whole group of people, like young people, that don't feel the way Gen X and up does. Like they really feel like common sense to me was like, you can worry about people in other countries, but not at the detriment of yourself. And their point of view is that we can't meet these people one day or look someone in the eye and said, this is what I allowed my country to do to your country because I voted for the person who, let those things go in place. And I was like, but, and she was like, I understand what you're saying, Mom, but there are a lot of young people that don't feel that way. So they were not going to vote for the other guy. They just
And
were
see,
not
a
going to vote,
non-vote
which
is
in
a vote for
essence,
the other side.
exactly, exactly. So we know what that is. So I learned a lot from having a conversation with her. And she says now the air feels a little lighter, even though you still had the a-holes, the Trumpsters and everything else. She said the air feels lighter, people seem more excited. So that's good to know, hearing from another generation how they think and how they, they think differently from us. I want to say also, when I hear people or I see people in the comments talking about a debate, of course he's going to run from a debate from a prosecutor. Are you kidding?
Hey,
Go through all that?
if I'm a convicted felon,
policies, he can't
yeah, am I
spell
gonna go up against a
policy.
prosecutor? I'm a convicted felon. Am I gonna want to go into that debate?
Okay? He done lost already. Just stop. I think, honestly, I feel like Biden should not have given him the time of day. He's a convicted felon. You don't get to stand on a stage next to him.
I agree with
That's
that.
just
I'm
my
like,
thought.
why are we debating?
Hold up, hold up. Breaking news. Breaking news. I saw this in the comments. I had to fact check it. Elon Musk backs down from $45 million a month pledge to Trump. Says he doesn't subscribe to cult of personality.
What? I gotta look that up.
Let's start with the fact that he don't have the money.
I gotta look that
That's
up.
the real thing.
Hey,
And
Sneaky, give us a whoop, 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 whoop,
You
whoop.
see what he had to do to my
I'm not
Twitter.
I'm not hooked up to my soundboard. I'm still charging my phone.
Wait. Hold up. Listen. Okay, so we're gonna put it in our cultural terms. Okay, so I want to give y'all the hood breakdown. Basically, Elon Musk said, "Hey, listen, shawty, I know what I told you I was gonna do, but listen, I gotta run that shit back because
Yeah.
You're gonna lose. And I'm gonna be out.
Oh, my people in here losing their mind.
and you ain't gonna
And
be
they
able to
wanna
do
quit.
shit for me to run my coins back. So I'm gonna have to let you make it. Hey, Kamala, let me holler at you.
Yep.
Okay?
Hey, real quick, do a fact check. How
Won't he do
much
it?
money has been
Absolutely.
raised in the last 24 hours? Do a fact check real quick. Come on, Sneak.
I got three things I want to hit on. First of all, Joe Biden stepped down because he was ousted. They pulled their support. They pulled their money. He did the best thing for the country. If they would have kept their support behind him, he would have won. They ousted him. Okay.
Yeah.
Over a debate.
Hey, baby,
That's
pull
the
me some
first thing.
juice.
The second thing, I want to get back to VP picks. I'm with Anne-Marie when it comes to Mark Kelly, and I'll tell you why. Amongst everybody else, one reason is Arizona is a state that he needs. Everybody knows that. Two, when you get Mark Kelly, when you talk to a nominee, they're trying to expand their base. She already has the black vote. She already has the woman vote. Okay, she already has the Biden coalition. But he is a white dude. I hate to put race into it, but he's a white dude, so that's appealing. And he's older, so you have some of that experience, okay?
Right.
He is a veteran. He's a Navy Gulf War freaking veteran. So you're bringing in veterans where she couldn't do it. He's also an astronaut. That's that celebrity, okay? That celebrity name. And here's the one that's going to really kick you in the balls. He's married to Gabby Gifford. Everybody that wants freaking that common sense gun legislation, you want that sympathy vote, blah, blah. Gabby Gifford is his wife. She gets a twofer. Two celebrities that campaign for her. You with me? Out of all of, and then the reason I was kind of leery about him because he was a senator, but I just found out yesterday that Arizona Democratic governor will in place a Democrat in that seat until the next election. So they will not lose a Democratic seat in the Senate either. That's why I think Kelly would be the best pick.
Okay, Mobile, to put yourself on the clock, who do you think she's going to pick for her VP?
I'm with Sneaky on Kelly. Plain and simple. The battleground state is your best pick, and where you need to swing the voters. And listen, I'm not gonna put it past. And listen, it is too it's too well done for it not to be have thought out.
Okay.
Because right after the RNC, right after you done spent all your good goddamn lunch money and all your ice cream money, and you done shit all your drawers, you ain't got no washing clothes.
And then the cinnamon rolls go on sale.
You know what I'm
Thank you,
saying?
baby.
You know what I'm saying?
Cinnamon rolls on sale. Thank you, baby.
And also, I was reading a report earlier that Speaker Mike Johnson is now saying, "Hey, listen, woo, hey, I know, we have been calling her, the N-word, bitch, wench, bed hoe, all the rest of that. Okay, we're gonna have to lay off of that shit because." It looks like we may have to actually debate policy and real shit to actually win it. So, let's go to the substance of it, because if we don't, we're gonna look stupid. Okay, all right, y'all. So they're realizing that shit just got real, and you done fucked up, right? So they've been fucking around, and we are on the curve and getting to the apex of finding out.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Coach Mo. Not the apex of finding out. Come on, Coach Mo. Come on, Darren. Who you think gonna be the VP pick, Doc?
Well, Kelly's a very good choice. The only thing I would think it wouldn't be Kelly is because what I'm hearing in political circles is particularly here, whether it be Chicago or above, because there's always been this debate back and forth in Chicago. Will it be, for instance, Pritzker? And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. He's a blue state already. He's the governor of Illinois, everybody. And he's already blue state. They're not going to do that unless there's some really inside fix going on. I think Shapiro, because of, one, he's favored by many Republicans, not just in Pennsylvania, but abroad. And at the same time, it's a question of whether Shapiro wants it. That's the thing. That's what I'm hearing. Is a question of will he actually take it and go if he's offered. It could be Kelly, but it's a question of will he take it if he's offered. The interesting part about all of this, too, is if you're looking at the economics behind it, it's funny what everybody was saying about Elon Musk, because Elon is fickle anyway with his money, moving everywhere, each way or not. But the real bad part isn't what Elon said and him pulling out. It's the other donors who see that would influence that money, whether it's going in or out. And like I said in the beginning, if he doesn't, meaning Trump doesn't go far right, if he doesn't really shoot on far right since he's already there, if he doesn't just go off that ledge with him and Vance, it's going to be a bad play, because what she could do if she gets Shapiro is she will get those suburban soccer moms across the nation.
That's exactly right there.
In a really weird way. And again, I've heard when I was hearing the conversations, they got really eerie, y'all. Two weeks ago, it got really eerie, where people were having side conversations and not hitting people back and so on. And I'm talking about people connected, whether it be through the Obamas here or through some other places. It was like, oh, okay, this is weird. This is a chance where I think Biden's going to step out. Then people started talking about it. And the thing that was coming up was, before it hit the news, I heard about Pelosi having to talk. And then when Chuck Schumer had to talk with the guy, I was like, oh, it's over. Because when Chuck...
Yeah, it's a wrap. All right, guys. We got TJ. We got TJ on the panel. She said, I don't know if it's she or he. They wanted to know if anybody else can come on the line. Come on, you on the hot seat. You got 3 minutes, and Coach Mo is a stickler about them 3 minutes. We may give you 4. But go ahead. Okay. What's on your heart tonight?
Got you. Thank you all so much for the opportunity to be here. I have been on other lives for the past few days. I think my biggest thing was coming on this live and letting you all know that it is very important that you all, with the education that you have concerning this election, to get on other lives and have the conversation. As a person who I was hearing, I believe, Coach IA talking earlier about her child who is 26. I am about to be 26 myself, and the amount of conversations that are so ignorant is completely beyond me. There are so many individuals who are not educated, A lot of them are, I was just in a live earlier that someone was saying, you know, I feel like people are lying about Trump. I feel like he's a great guy. This is coming from individuals in our community. I was hearing a lot of women, Black women, saying that women are too emotional to be president, no matter how qualified Kamala has proven herself to be. The emotional argument keeps coming up over and over and over, even though we have seen time and time again that emotions doesn't rule the strategic aspect of what a woman can do, especially a Black woman who knows what it feels like to live in this country. But also I heard a lot of immigrant comments as well. As a person who is born and raised in Jamaica, and my mother fought for my right to vote, shout out to Kamala, big up herself. But I really, yes, I really feel like there is a lack of education about immigration. There's a lack of education about what Trump has done for Black people. Of course, I don't know if you all saw the video that has been surfacing about the Black woman who was recently killed in her home after calling the police. But
Miss Massey.
Granting police 100% immunity, but being mad about a Black woman who sent, quote unquote, thousands of people to jail for, quote unquote, marijuana charges makes no sense to me, considering that I looked up the facts for that as well and found out that it was only, what, 45 people?
45.
It wasn't even all Black people. That really made me sad. Also, looking at the executions that happened right after Biden was chosen to be the president, and half of the executions that Donald Trump set out, half of those people were Black, considering what happened with the Central Park 5 and all of that. I mean, I mean, the amount of things that I heard today is astounding. But please, 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 if you all don't do anything else, I pray that you take the time to go into the lives with these young folks and have the conversation, because a lot of them, they are not informed.
Thank you, TJ. Y'all give it up for TJ, y'all. Thank you, Miss TJ. That is awesome.
I absolutely do, and I want to talk about the unalivings. That was actually a point I already had to talk about when she was done. I'm glad she queued up the segue. Perfect handoff, sis. That was like a Shikari 400.
Can I jump in real minute before you get into it, Mo? Can I just say one thing? I never said I'm gonna look up Kelly that you were talking about from Arizona, but I was thinking Bashir because he is in Kentucky and it's a red state, but he's a Democrat. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's talk about these unalivings. Okay, so federal unalivings have not been done since George W. Bush, and the last one was in 2003. Okay, 2003 was the last time this was done at the federal level. And no other president has ever done this. George W. Bush was the only one. Only 3 for him. And one of them was a volunteer. The first one was a volunteer, Timothy McVeigh, which he should have, yeah. Now, 3 for George W. Bush, 45 did 13. 7 of those were after Biden won the election until he was inaugurated. 7 of them. Okay? I wanna talk about one particular case of those 7. And I wanted to think about when we, talking about, Kamala, he's throwing people in there, getting in jail for the devil's lettuce. Yeah. Okay?
Come on, Mo.
I want us to contrast this with Wesley Era Purley. Wahite man at that. Okay? Sentenced, and eventually sentence was carried out for the kidnapping, rape, and murder of a Kansas City, Missouri teenager. Lawyers for Perky argued that he was incompetent to be unalived because he had Alzheimer's disease, schizophrenia, traumatic brain injury that rendered him unable to rationally understand the reason why the United States seeks to unalive him. Court findings catalog a lifelong history of trauma, mental illness that have contributed to his current condition. He experienced sexual, physical, emotional abuse beginning at age 5 and began using alcohol and drugs as a child. He had been diagnosed with numerous mental illnesses, including PTSD, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and depression, and had multiple documented self-unaliving attempts. Okay? Now, by all rights and in any other type of case, now, based on what he did, we would absolutely say he ain't never walking the street again, a day in his life. But we would certainly not take him to the ultimate end. Can we all agree with that?
Yes.
Given that history.
Yes.
Okay. There's also another case in here. I was trying to dig to find the exact name. I couldn't find it. There's another case in here of a gentleman who obviously, everything went through. He had new evidence to present, and he kept pushing his appeal. Went to the Supreme Court. Of course, Clarence goddamn Thomas, his ass. But here was the thing: that new evidence was information the prosecution suppressed in the original trial. So it wasn't like brand new actual information. It was shit that was always present that they suppressed originally.
Okay.
The defense went so far as to poll the original jurors with that information, and all those jurors said, God damn, if we had known this, we wouldn't have said that. And even with that information, they couldn't get the case reheard. 45 went ahead and unalived that man. So when you want to sit there and say, oh, Kamala, okay. You throw him in and have a chance to get him out, or you could throw him in the ground.
Come on, Mo. Come on, Mo. All right, we got another gentleman on the hot seat. His name is Brother Eugene Williams Jr. Brother Eugene, you got 3 minutes, man. Thanks for being patient. And we got Wisconsin in the wings. We got so many people want to talk tonight. The panel has been awesome. Again, thank you, TJ, for that beautiful hot seat.
Hold on 2 seconds. Mod alert. Still over 600 of y'all in here. Why am I looking at?
Come on, let's see if we can get to 50,000 likes, y'all. Let's see if we get to 50,000.
Y'all, because I was talking, y'all didn't see me paying attention. That's why you got slacking. So, oops, there you go.
I love it. Y'all, this is one of our best live. Come on, Eugene. Welcome, Eugene.
Give me the 50.
Come on, let's get to 50.
Okay,
tap that screen, baby. Tap that screen, y'all. Tap that screen. Well, come on, Eugene. How you doing, man?
Thank you all for this great panel. And I just want to say something to all of us, because I think Kamala can win. I think Kamala will win. But I want to caution us as Americans in general and as Black people in particular. Let's remember one thing. We cannot allow ourselves to get too overconfident. We must do the work. We can't just assume that Kamala's going to walk in there, because if we're knowledgeable, I'm a 55-year-old dude. Some of you probably may be older, younger, whatever, but I've been around a minute. And what I know about America is, if there is an opportunity,
that part,
to throw some, in the game at the last minute, regardless of party, America will find the way to do it. Now, that being said, I want to talk to TJ, because I was in the same live that TJ was in, and I was appalled by what I heard from these people. First of all, Black men, please hear me. We got to get ourselves together and stop being threatened by accomplished, strong, articulate, intelligent Black women.
Hey,
Amen.
Say that again, brother.
Come on, Elder.
We gotta stop that. That is crazy. And the next thing I would say is this: in terms of VPs, we also know we still live in America. So I would tell Kamala, pick the most Southern Democratic governor, $10 looking dude you can find, so that the people on the
Yeah.
other side will be comfortable enough to maybe slide over to you and vote for you. There's a choice between you and King Cheetah. That's the next thing.
Oh, not the king. Damn.
Come on,
And
Eugene,
finally,
we in
I
the
just want to
same
say
age
this.
range.
I want to say this.
Me, you, and Sneaky, we're the same age, and I really appreciate what you're saying. What, since you're around our age, how did you feel? And maybe you felt like Coach Indy and myself. How did you feel Sunday when President Biden bowed out of the race?
Well, first of all, let me just say, in order to be transparent, I personally thought Biden could have won. I didn't think it was going to be a landslide, but I think Biden could have won. But I'm glad that Biden did the right thing, not the politic thing, but the right thing. If you trusted Kamala enough to be your vice president, you should trust her enough to endorse her.
That's
Now,
good, Eugene.
what I want people to understand is don't get caught up in the fact that Barack Obama hasn't endorsed her yet. Because here's why. Whenever you're playing cards, you always drop your big joker last.
Bingo. We playing
Come on,
Spade.
Spade. Come on, Spade player.
Okay? So he's coming with the endorsement, but you want to wait till you got their foot on the net, and then bang, come out with big dog.
So I'm going to predict that that's going to happen at the DNC when they crown her. Once they crown her, absolutely. Obama will come out, and that is going to be like the ultimate victory lap.
Absolutely.
Quick mod check. 612 of y'all in here. I'm only sitting at 39.6 likes. That's why y'all still talking to y'all selves, because I told you to give me the 50 before you
Come on, let's get to 50. I know we can get to 60.
Mo,
I know we can get to 60.
That's because bots don't have fingers. Mo, bots don't have fingers.
Yeah. Hey, y'all, listen up. Hey, panel, we got another guest on the hot seat. I mean, it's jumping tonight. Mo, let's get them to 50,000 because we got like 3 more people want to get on the hot seat. I hope y'all ate dinner tonight because we about to go into overtime. Miss Wisconsin, what's on your heart tonight? We're going to give you 3.5 minutes since you waited so long. Come on, Miss Wisconsin.
Thank you so much. I don't know if I need all 3.5 minutes, but I just wanted to speak to the point of the youth vote and how Kamala has energized the college students across America. I'm Wisconsin-wish, but I'm from California. I have, because I'm hoping for Wisconsin. But I just hear what they say. They were going to vote for Joe. They were unenthusiastic about it. They felt like they weren't being represented by anybody. They felt a little bit deflated. But she has energized the youth. So that gets kind of back to what I wanted to talk about was the VP picks, because I feel like that maybe the Kentucky governor might be a good, safe pick. I think she needs something really safe. I don't know why, but and I think you guys made a point earlier about Pete. But I think that like Shapiro might be a little close. Like they're very sensitive to the Israeli-Hamas conflict right now, and that's all they want to talk about. And so you could see that Vice President Harris is distancing herself a little bit from all of that talk. So that's why I feel like maybe possibly the governor of Pennsylvania might be second or third rather than first, because But anyways, that's it. Just wanted to, just to get out there and say that vote, that youth vote is not, they're not ones to pick up the phone. They're not going to answer their cell phones for polls. They're this unheard of voice, but it's so strong. I mean, and since the last election, I don't know how many more millions are on the rolls. It's going to be, we're really hoping, and the energy I feel from not only my kids, but all of their friends and people that have not even talked about it are now like, reposting things. It's fantastic. So
that's all. Well, thank you, Miss Wisconsin. We appreciate you so much. Come on, Sneaky, and then we got one more person we got on the hot seat. Come on, Sneak.
I just want to back up what Wisconsin said. She does need to pick up votes, pick up young people. Are you aware that once she got endorsed by Biden and others, the Nikki Haley PAC, now the Nikki Haley PAC were females, progressives, people that did not want Trump at all. And they fell behind Nikki because she was like, I'm against him and I'm not gonna kiss the ring and all that stuff. But the Nikki Haley pack endorsed, Nimrata pack endorsed Kamala Harris.
Yeah, we're gonna call
That's what I'm talking about.
Kamala and Nimrata.
All right, y'all. We got another young lady that wanted to get in on the hot seat. You got 3.5 minutes, young lady. What's up, Jordan? Come on, talk to us, Jordan.
Hey, Mucci.
Hi, how are you? Good evening. So please bear with me. I'm trying to get all this out, so I'm going to talk faster than I normally do. I just wanted to point something out to us that I haven't heard other people say.
Okay, come on.
I have always been a person who believes in the long game, and I make friends with people who believe in the long game. I admire people who believe in the long game. One of the persons who's I'm the biggest fan of is Obama, and I think Obama believes in the long game. So just bear with me here. Remember, Obama and Biden were genuine friends. They were genuine besties. Okay, so when Biden makes decisions, he has the benefit, you know what I'm saying, of getting advice from Obama and getting advice from previous presidents. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's able to have this record where he's done more in his short term than most. I want to take this opportunity to dispel any rumors, you know what I'm saying, that these people shoved Joe Biden out. I just want y'all to go on this trip with me just for a moment, you know, because remember we talked about checkers as opposed to chess. It is my contention. It is my contention that Biden did not have a cold at the debate. It is my contention that they have set this in place. This has been their plan. This has been their checkmate. And let me explain to you how we can tie this up. Just bear with me for a moment. Now, if something were to have happened to Biden and Kamala would have taken over, then, you know, she would have had an abbreviated first term and the opportunity to run for a full term, but it wouldn't have been the entire 8 years. Okay. If you can take this black woman, because remember, Biden and Obama were the best of friends. This plan was in place before Biden ever ran. They had this conversation. Wow. Hear me out. Just me. We have it. Y'all just going with me on my little dream here. They had this conversation a long time ago. What could you possibly do to ensure that you could block out the Conservative Party for the longest possible period? What could possibly be done? Joe could run for 4 years and he could mentor somebody who was young, bright, intelligent, capable, and they could take over and run and win, not once but twice. It would mean that the Democrats would have gotten a chokehold on the presidential office for 12 years. That ensures that we'll be able to change at least some justices. It ensures that we have many opportunities to gain both houses and make appropriate changes. But it also gives us the opportunity to save our democracy. So checkmate.
Come on, Jordan.
You thought he performed bad at the debate. You thought that he got COVID, he got a cold, let us push him out while he frail. He put it out online. You know what I'm saying? He did not show his face. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody fell in line, step by step by step. In 24 hours, you had this done. You have T-shirts, buttons, everything in 24 hours, brother. This was checkmate. I will park my deuce and a quarter on that note right there.
Also consider in the genius of the timing of it that they also had to know that there was no way that she could have run on a regular time campaign. Because these motherfuckers would have turned into a whole psychotic shitstorm if they took the entire life cycle. This 100 days, baby. And they done already fucked off more than half of their money, on the diversion tactic. And listen, here's the genius of how to look. You know you done fucked up now, right? Because they chose to make their ads about the man and not the issue. If they had made their content about the issues, it wouldn't have mattered. who the motherfucker was that was running. You would have been able to recycle, you know, just put a different face on. Oh, not this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's the same, but it's the same issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Okay, y'all. Let's swerve.
On personality, you can't
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
So,
Let's swerve a little bit, and I want to start with Darren and work our way up. Let's swerve a little bit. Former First Lady Michelle Obama has said 101 times she's not running, and you see so many people in social media that says, "Oh, Michelle, somebody call Michelle." Why isn't Michelle Obama running? What do you think, Darren?
Okay, speaking to somebody here from Chicago, and my family is friends with the Obama family. My sister is the first black, what do you call it, dean of students over at Northwestern Law School. So we got history there. My mom back in the 80s used to mentor Obama when he was a nobody, grassroots working guy. I can tell you right now, what Obama said was true, unless it's a super surprise out of Chicago. Here in Chicago, we're not hearing anything about that because Obama said repeatedly, Barack has said that there are three things. There's death, taxes, and Michelle not running. So unless it's a last minute thing that somehow just springs up and happens. Yeah. Another thing to touch on what the sister was saying before me is that there was a conversation I heard through the Republican circles that are both here and abroad, and they were concerned about the ad spend. See, remember, Walter, I used to work out of, Clear Channel and iHeartMedia and stuff. And the buys were really concerning from them because they were like, listen, we need to get options on these buys because if they don't have options on, well, they got options on the buys, but they were concerned because everybody was thinking, okay, Kamala's coming in. We think this is a big mistake to really just poke and push Biden out. And the reality is that they're hoping that if they got the commercial times spun, they can create commercials enough to vilify her. But the problem that the marketers over there in the Trump camp are having is, okay, what can you say about it that hasn't been said in the last 1,000+ days in 4 years? So they don't really have much ammunition to throw off. It's like, okay, yeah, you said that. Yeah, you said that too. Okay, now what? Unless they can find her with a dead body or something, God forbid, there's no way in the world you're going to be able to villainize her enough to get any more of your base or any more of the middle of centrists. Because people vote, that really, honestly, the presidents who become centrists in some way are the ones who are getting the most votes. He's far right. And if he's going far right, he needs to double down on far right. But the problem is that Michelle would not run. She does not want this as many times as people have had trial.
Panel, do y'all agree with that?
Yeah, so I'm gonna say this. So first thing, also with Kamala, also notice you ain't seen Biden for shit. Yeah, they'd have said he's sick, but it's also the brilliant genius of him slipping out of the limelight so that all you see is her. That's
so smooth.
But that's behind the scenes too, sister. Here's what's happening. That's how I started hearing the words about it. I don't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to say this real quick. Here's what I'm hearing. Him, the Obamas, the Clintons, everybody are on phones working behind the scenes for him.
Exactly.
Darren, thank you for being here, Darren. Come on, Mo.
So when you talk about we want Michelle, I'm gonna say this on her behalf through Darren's proxy of knowing her.
I know what's coming.
And listen, and it ain't Michelle, okay? It's Shell for me. You leave Shell the fuck alone, okay? She didn't want Barack in that motherfucker, okay? She said that's what you want to do. That's fine, baby. That's your. I'm gonna support your ass, But listen, I give you 2 terms, cause that's the limit, and we're gonna get our ass up out of here, okay? Shell is with her braids, her twist outs, her stiletto nails, her booty shorts, her leather pants, baby.
They're $50 million.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
they got the money. They got the bag, y'all. They got money on top of that.
Time out, everybody. Hold on, everybody.
Hold on. not for nothing, why would she want to come back to you Inglorious Bastards and the way y'all fucking treated her, calling her a man, saying that man, fuck all y'all on her behalf, very disrespectfully, absolutely the fuck not. Y'all better vote for her and whoever the fuck she pick and have a very happy goddamn life. That's it.
Hey, thanks everybody. We got 53,000. Do we think we can get to 75? Can we get to 75? Can we get to 75, y'all?
I know.
We got 570. We
got
got 570 people
in the
ahead.
next 3 minutes, I'm gonna cut this shit off again. Y'all have a good time. Talk to yourself in the comments at 60 immediately. Get to it.
Let's go. Hey, sneaky. We talked a little bit about last week. Now we're 7 days removed. Do you have any more intel, or how do you? Let's couch it this way. What do you think about the Secret Service Director Cheeto resigning from her post this week?
She should have. She should have. Absolutely. Here's why. One, the hearing when they were the hearing that they put her through, she wasn't answering no questions. When you got Democrats and Republicans, when you got AOC and the other side saying that you should step down, that's some shit. Now, I think she should step down, and here's why. Not only did she fail, let me back all the way up. When you're responsible for an organization, you're responsible for everything that organization does and fails to do. The buck stops with the boss. Not only did she fail to protect a former president, she's still responsible for protecting every former president and the current president as well. If you can't protect one, I don't think you can protect all. You need to step down, especially if you couldn't defend your position in front of Congress, which are supposed to be your oversight. If you can't protect one, as much as I hate that Cheeto fat old motherfucker, if you couldn't protect him, you can't protect the rest of them. She needed to step down.
Here's where I think she failed. First of all, remember, this is the former head of Pepsi. She is not a Secret Service.
Whoa, what?
Her people, yeah, she's not, basically, here's the thing. It comes down to the Secret Service putting it together and making it happen. And yes, the buck does stop with her. Where she messed up tremendously in those DC calls and in dealing with this was, one, getting to the bottom of what happened and what the mistake was. Two, laying out a plan for future, exactly what should happen and what will never happen again, and being straightforward and owning that shit. And that's where she fucked it up, because she was like, well, and it just don't work that way. She basically didn't own the moment, grasp it and say, hey, this is what happened. Because in all honesty, she wouldn't have been the person behind the fuck up. She owns it as the head of that, so she should have went deep into that and been able to find it. Could she prevent it? No, she doesn't have the skill set, because they have a director. Remember, some of our departments and heads are directors who are civilians. Thank God they're civilians instead of just, doing that. So they had her head, but the problem was, as a leader, a former CEO, as a head person, she should have went in there and say, what the fuck happened? Everybody get at me. Let's meet. I want details. I want everything. And what is the plan to prevent this in the future from everybody we're protecting? What happened? What was the breakdown in levels of communication? Who's responsible for this? Who's responsible for this? And oh, by the way, overall, I own this shit, but these are the different departments. This is how this broke down. Senate, this is this is Congress people in world and media. This is how everything broke down, and here's the problem, and that's where she messed up. She didn't own it.
Well, Coach India,
I agree.
Come on, Coach India, take us out. Give us some final thoughts. We'll go with you, Mo, Sneak, and then Coach Angel.
I nominate Sneaky to be the head of Secret Service. I'm sorry, I was laughing that someone in the comments said she used to guard Cheetos, and I'm sorry. That was just so funny to me. Pepsi, you mean she has no law enforcement or military background at all?
I got the details, but go ahead.
Okay, because I was like, wow, really? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Give us some final thoughts. Then Mo, Sneak, then Coach Angel.
Oh. My final thoughts is that we should keep going. Okay. My final thoughts is that Kamala all the way. No ifs, ands, buts. I don't speak to anybody who says, well, I don't know. And what about the people then? What about the people then? We're not worried about them. Us. Get up and go vote for her. Period. Point blank. End of story.
I'm sure gonna do my part. Come on, Mo.
Okay, so man, damn, I sure hate that didn't it ain't gonna hit like it hit when it hit before. So actually, she was in the Secret Service for 27 years. Then she went to Pepsi. Then she came back. Shit. Okay, but I still got one for you. So the doctor that worked on Trump's ear injury, okay, then said he was going to regularly care for it. Well, it turns out his license is expired. So
That's
the only thing that he can actually, so he's only allowed to do emergency services. He can do duties in like army facilities, but regular care shit he ain't allowed to do. So when he said he was gonna regularly take care of him, it was like,
he can take care of felons'
regular
ears.
emergency. What, you ain't got a license? What the fuck is you doing?
Hey, Mo, you could have wrote him a doctor's excuse for that matter.
Listen, okay, I know two or three things about the body. You know, listen, if you need to go to sleep, spray some Mago on your feet. That'll go ahead and get right on.
Hey, we could have got Big Mama to write a note. Just put some cod liver oil on it and rub your kneecap.
Damn it. Okay, my closing remarks. The biggest challenge that we are all going to face and have for this time is going to be misinformation and bullying. Okay, it is going to get worse and it's going to get real for us as content creators.
Right.
Okay, you're gonna have to close the gates, and you're gonna have to be very, very selective about the conversations that you choose to have and who you choose to have them with.
Amen.
My personal take. Okay, this is just what I'm doing. You could do, of course, whatever the fuck you want to, because them your draws to put on. I don't tell you how to put them on. I certainly don't tell you when to wash them. But my focus is only going to be on the truly open-minded and undecided. Okay, right. Very clearly, the motherfuckers all the way to the right. Listen, it's like the cha-cha slide. You done slid all the way over there. I'm gonna leave your ass over there. There is no changing. You know, this ain't the change clothes. And
come on.
No, we're done. We down to the last inning. Okay, and this has got to be. You have got to focus in order to get this over the line, and anything else is a distraction. Okay. That's right. The other thing is do whatever you need to do mental health wise in order to recharge that, because it's going to be draining, and you're going to have to do whatever possible to make sure that you are emotionally regulating yourself in those conversations. If you're in a live and you feel that trigger, and you're going to do something, you're going to come out of character, swipe out. Okay? Yeah. Power down your whole goddamn phone. It is not worth what is going to upset you and how that upset is going to continue to manifest within you. Okay? This is too important. Guard your sanity, guard your health, guard your heart.
Yeah. And let's do our research, because one of the discussions we're going to have next week is why is Project 2025 so detrimental, and Mo Bett is going to lead that conversation next week. Come on, Sneak.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, Mo. Love you.
Love you, sis.
Mo said the undecideds. I'm going to go further than that. You have the undecideds you need to worry about, and the don't give a fuckers you need to worry about. What I mean by that is there's people right now, we're 4 months out, and there's people that don't give a flying fuck about the election. Once we're 90 days out, more people are going to care. 60 days out, more people are going to plug in. 30 days out is when you got to push the hardest. Just hold steady. Keep putting out the message. I want you to make sure that your voter's registration is good, and take as many people or tell as many people to go check their shit, because there's a lot of freaking shenanigans going on with voters' registrations. Okay? And when you go to the polls, I need you to talk to, convince, and take as many people with you as you can. Once
That's
again,
right.
the closer we get to the election, more people are going to pay attention. Right now, there's people that don't give a fuck because it's a quarter of a year away right now. Voting's not even in some people's minds right now.
That's
Okay?
right. That's
Think
right,
about
Snake.
think about past elections. How many people do you know that were like, "Oh shit, I almost forgot to vote." People don't give a fuck until it's time to give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now's the time to get the message out. That's all I got to say. Love you guys. You know I'm engaged when it comes to politics. And if you got any questions, let me know and tune into my channel because I'll be dropping some nuggets.
Yeah, yeah. I love your
Love you, David.
I love your TikToks, man. You are funny. Do you know that? I love your singing TikTok too. You can sing a little bit. All right, James Evans. Well, come on. Thank you, Snake.
Love
Come
you,
on, Coach
Snake.
Angel.
You know, thank everyone for coming in. At one point in time, we had what, over 900
Yes.
folks in here?
Yes.
Thank you for the 61,000 taps on that screen. That shows us that you are right here with us and voting blue and on Team Harris, and here for the right reasons. For the rest of the bots, hey, thank you. Thank you for throwing up your comments and letting everybody talk about it and see it and
Yeah,
think we were paying
we saw
attention and that
everybody's
sort of thing.
comments.
You just drove that much more attention. You just drove that much more attention to us. So, anywho, vote like your life depends on it. It doesn't change from last week for me. Vote like your life depends on it, especially young women. Vote blue. You know, the marginalized. You should probably vote blue because
That's
otherwise
right.
they're going to push you out. So, anywho, I love you. Thank you for this conversation. Again, thank you all for showing up. Again, 62,000 and still 549 some odd folks in here. So thank you for the attention. We loved it.
All right, Coach. Talk
Love
to
you.
you later, Coach. Y'all, I'm so excited tonight. This has been one of our best lives, and it's simply about what happened in the last 7 days. We don't mind you being in here saying Trump 2024. This is a free country, and we want it to stay that way. Make sure you go out and vote. We're going to vote blue. I know I'm voting blue. I'm part of the Divine Nine. I'm a fraternity fella. Vice President Kamala Harris is a AKA, so you know they're going to support her. But at the end of the day, if character matters to you, look at the character of the people running. And somebody, and I was on another TikTok and I had made a comment and somebody chimed in and said, well, all politicians lie. Well, okay, all of us lie. You have lied. I have lied. Okay. But at the end of the day, the bigger picture is the other side of the aisle wants to take away your rights. And at the end of the day, America's supposed to be a free country. And so we can disagree. We can disagree. And we don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. I follow another gentleman by the name of Thomas Bishop, and we may not see eye to eye on everything, but he made a good point last night. He said, I'm not Republican, I'm not Democrat. The president works for us. I want somebody to do a job. I want somebody to protect us against Project 2025. And Vice President Kamala Harris is the best person to do that job. Is she perfect? By no stretch of the imagination. Has she done some things in her political past that may be questionable? Probably. But at the end of the day, that was yesterday. All of us have done some things that if we could hit the reset button, you know what, I'd probably would have done that a little differently. You know what I'm saying? And so I am not a political person. I got more into politics, and I have to admit, when President Barack Obama entered the race a long time ago, 2008 time frame, but I have been paying more attention to politics. And at the end of the day, just from an optics perspective, I cannot get with the Republican Party because I'm very simple. The Republican Party are takers, and they're concerned about the 1% themselves. I remember when Mitt Romney was running against President Barack Obama. He was caught, he was recorded simply saying he only cared about the 1%. That hit me, and I thought about it, and the Lord quickened my spirit. And the Lord, I mean, I'm telling you, this dropped in my spirit. If a man, thank you, Lily, if a man does not understand, I was talking to one of my students today about this. If a man doesn't understand homelessness and you're hungry and you don't know where your next meal is coming from, they don't understand. No, I was just making a point. I know. I was just making a point. I was making a point about what I heard him say. He was only concerned about the 1%. That's the Republican Party. The Democrat Party, they have their issues too, but they are a little bit more concerned about the most of us and not just the select few of us. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I heard an old preacher say this: you got the left wing and you got the right wing, but they're wings on the same bird. You know what I'm saying? And so let's just do our part. Let's just do our part. You know what I'm saying? Just vote. Just vote. You vote your conscience. Vote your conscience. We can't tell you who to vote for, but vote your conscience. But as for me and my house, guys, thank you tonight for record numbers tonight. We were up to almost 1,000 viewers in our live tonight, and we are up to 63,000. And by the way, excuse my manners. Thank you for the new followers. Thank you for the gifts. Who am I? Excuse my manners. I am Dr. Walter Sims. I am a pastor. I'm a life coach. I'm a professional speaker, and I host the Blue Table Talk. The Blue Table Talk is a safe space for women and men. We originally started, this is a safe space for men to share our vulnerabilities, to share our hurts, our frustrations, our joys, our ups, our downs. And we've expanded it because guess what? Women hurt too. And so here we are. And so thank you for the new followers. And if you ever need me, I'm just a direct message away. All right. And remember, like I always say, if you stay high on life, life is going to stay high on you.